problem. You probably want some of that.
General Kenobi, is this better? Oh, it's not capturing. Bloody hell. Oh, is it? Yeah, it is working now. Yay!
Oh, good.
Thanks for that, Dalek. I wouldn't have known for the entire stream if you hadn't said a word.
I think the audience would have been delighted.
Oh, kill you. Bastard.
I've been sorting myself as well, so you know. It's half the fun of it, isn't it?
General Kenobi! As I already said earlier, but people couldn't hear me. You are a bold one. Kill him.
Who are we killing? Do we have to?
General Kenobi, yeah, we do.
That's a lot of Bajorans.
Yeah. It's nice to have a new minor faction, isn't it?
This is an unacceptable amount of Bajorans.
Good morning, Max and Viking. Oof.
Well, that's...
Oof. That's painful.
Who said this?
Draconian.
Draconian. We're going to have words, mate. I'm displeased with everything that you just said and done.
We're doing all right, Obi-Wan. Doing quite all right. We're just.
Did he say hello there initially? Because
yes, he did. Really... He did.
Magnificent.
Oh, Draconian said sorry, lack of coffee. I mean, that is a decent excuse, if anything.
It's a start.
Good morning, moaning blood wine drinking Bajoran slave worker. Oof. There's definitely going to be words, isn't there?
Almost certainly. What's up, Crashdown? So, I'm actually just going to speed up time a little bit to make sure that the war in heaven has still ended.
It's ended. I fixed it, Chris. I fixed your war in heaven problem. I fixed it.
As far as I can tell, it was Lavo's war in heaven problem.
No, you approved of the buff conduit too. If anything, it's Keith's fault. Hashtag blame Bane.
Standard.
I mean, it really is. He built the bloody thing.
Well, it was necessary at the time, and it wasn't causing any problems then, was it? It's just now, we've got to do things differently.
You know what that sounds like? Sounds like excuses.
An explanation? Are you guys adding the Constitution class to the game? Well, let's just zoom in over here. Because Max has done something which I'm sure you'll all heartily approve of. The Maquis appear to have been in the shipbreakers' yards in order to supplement their meager fleet of Jaegers and Condors. And lo and bloody well behold, without my approval or permission, it appears that the Connie belongs to the Maquis.
You know what the best part is of this all? I don't need your permission.
They've also got some Saratogas. They've got some Tridents. Soyuz. Freederm. There's something else that they've got as well, isn't there? There it is. The Constant. I actually really like the Constant.
Yeah, so do I. I love that little dinky ship.
So, yes, you will probably be seeing more of the Constitution Reefer if you get a Maquis minor faction.
Yeah.
Whether you'll be able to somehow acquire those hulls from them, I don't know.
Nope.
We haven't discussed that yet.
Nope. Specifically, nope. Just for torture.
Hello,
reason.
let me guess. That's all Bajoran sail ships. I wish that was the case, but no. The way that this works is we've got the standard kind of Bajoran militia, if you will, the Perican, I think it is.
Perikian or something like that, yeah.
Ornithias, Sarbans, Bestri assault frigates. Do we have any Janitzes? Actual Janitzes? Yes, they're there.
I think I just added a random bunch of them. I didn't really check what they had. By the way, guys, to watch what he's doing, you got to follow his stream because he's doing some.
And the reverse is true. In fact, what I'll do very quickly is I'll just I will link the Stellar Parallax official.
I'm just modeling a ship.
There you go. Max is currently working on some stuff at AOTF.
Not necessarily for AOTF, but I'm modeling something. It might make an appearance, it might not. This is one of those maybes. I'm just indulging my own weirdness.
There you go. I'll pop that in my chat so people can check out what you're doing.
You guys know where to find goals one, right?
Now we've chosen when it comes to the Bajorans to include Cardassian stations because it's probably fair to assume that after the evacuation of Bajor, the great failure, a lot of Cardassian infrastructure, like DS9, would have been captured by the Bajorans or reused by the Bajorans.
Shiver.
I think it's a fair assumption that would occur. And the last one that are currently, and these are all down to max, by the way, I didn't do any of this. Is here they are. We have the Ferengi
like
traders.
A hurricane. Yeah, I did stuff.
Nice.
I did stuff for A3 again, guys. I'm sorry.
You shouldn't be sorry. We should all be delighted about this. But there we go. So we've also got Ferengi traders in at the moment. It may
what
well
is this
be
Yankee trader?
Yankee Doodle.
Yankee trader. Did you not see the that one episode of TNG where they first encountered a Ferengi?
No, I can't remember that one at all.
This is where Riker. It's like season 1 of TNG when the Ferengi were trying to be serious, and it was just a weird episode.
There we go. That's where we're at right now. And I'm quite happy with that. There's still a lot of work for me to do.
See, he doesn't like that part.
The changes that we recently made mean a lot of our custom maps aren't going to be functioning as intended. Because what we've part of the overhaul means that the old capturable stations that you could find, they're no longer in the game, and you're going to be able to.
Broke.
Yes, because they're broken. But you're now going to be able to utilize minor factions in order to utilize the same stuff. There are some things that we've left in. For example, here, some of these capturable ships.
Hi, Bernie. What Serious Ferengi? Yeah, it was an episode of TNG. I came out first thing I see is Max working on the hated useless discovery and Chris waxing about a glorious Cardassian union, as standard. It's right now it's practically the standard discovery, but it will be tweaked a lot. Basically, I'm building some basic of how it's quote unquote supposed to be, and then I'm going to tweak it to my own liking. Mostly the nacelles are going to be very different.
Right. I'm going to stick at 8 times speed, and I'm just going to ensure that the war in heaven is.
I fixed the war in heaven that you could.
I know you did, but repeat testing is the only way for me to
believe me.
Plenty. Also, I've made further changes to the GSD, haven't I? So
oh God, yes, you did.
Check and test, check and test. It's always about check and test. Seems fine at the moment.
So about that stream title. Oh yeah, let's just change that to 5. It was literally a line Chris said, like right as we were about to start stream, like, oh yeah, let's change that number to 5, and they were like, yeah, that's the stream title. Let's change that to 5.
Seems legit though, right?
It is legit.
Yeah, all seems to be behaving quite well. I need to find a way so I can shoehorn the Shellyak in here somewhere. I'll find a planet type for him. Don't you worry about that.
Don't you worry your pretty little head.
Maybe one of the Class M's, because we've got kind of Class M Paradise planets. Zalconians are currently on them. And I think they're on several others. What I need to do is I need to make a list. I need to check it twice, find out which enemy races have been naughty and nice, and then I'll replace one of them.
Huh. Yeah, we can do that.
There are a lot of Bajoran militia, so I might well replace one of them.
Which ones are the Bajorans on, for example? Give me an example.
There are lots of different types of Class M.
Right, seems good to me.
I'm just having a look at what else they might be on. Gentak over there, more Gentak there.
The Gentaks are out on the lot as well, the Talarians.
They are, that's true. Oh, God. Just my own voice in the background. You know how frustrating that gets.
Oh, yeah.
Is that working? Hello?
Oh, it's Caesar. Hi, Caesar. Caesar's now here.
Discord is lying to me.
What's it lying about?
It's claiming it's not picking up my mic.
No, it definitely is.
Okay.
By the way, you're live.
Yes, I'm back. I'm not in bed anymore, Max.
You're live.
I am live?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Just so you know. Thought that would be a nice thing to give you a little bit of a warning about that.
Well, to the stream, I am out of bed.
Max, there you go, folks.
I was in bed.
I know what you're talking about. Thought we were in bed.
In different countries, perhaps.
Yeah. But how's that different? It's exactly what I meant.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yes.
Right.
So, Caesar, how do you feel about the new patch we're doing for A3?
Oh, I'm happy it's going ahead.
Oh, Bernie Bear, question for Chris. By the way, I'm having a problem in the city skylines. I accidentally deleted a stretch of road of the preset highways on the map. Now I want to replace that. Could you possibly tell me which type of road to use?
Well, what you can, you bastard, Bernie. You can go to highways, and apparently they're in there. But don't be deceived by the fact that they don't have pointy arrows. Don't worry about that. Just read the description as any normal human being that isn't me would do. There you go. I think that's
That covers it.
Is that the right answer, Bernie? Max, there's a major bug in AOTF. There's no goal voiceovers. That is a major bug, isn't it?
Oh, God. Look, I don't think you understand how frustrating playing my favourite race, the Cardassians, is for me. Because not only am I talking to myself and to the audience, but I'm quite literally talking to myself as well. Twice. I can't cope.
Is that why you're making a list and checking it twice?
Yes. Right. What have we got going on here? This is all the bloody...
He says, yes, thanks. You've been helpful again today, Chris. Good.
Well, it happens once in a blue moon, doesn't it?
What's a blue moon?
Rare.
You saw me standing alone without a fear in my heart. Oh, do you know what?
So, Caesar, what is your contribution to the new patch of Armada 3? I know what your contribution is, but for the audience, you know.
I don't know. I've just kind of tinkered with things over many months.
What's up, Catch Chillin'?
So
yeah,
we've adjusted some of the Romulan balance.
Was that really necessary to fix the Romulan balance?
A little bit, yes.
Little bit, just a little bit, huh?
Just.
I wonder where that person now who has always been claiming that, you know, the balance of the Romulans was fine, there was nothing wrong with the Romulans.
Just a little bit. Hopefully the changes I've made are sufficient. If not, I do know what the next step will be. But hopefully that won't be necessary.
And what would the next step be? I'm curious.
Well, currently I've adjusted shield mitigation values and ability cooldown times. the change I would make after that, if it's still a problem, is to adjust the shield mitigation tech as well as the on top of the previous change, which is just base value capital shield mitigations, and then also look at ability antimatter costs. Since by adjusting the cooldown, we're essentially trying to reduce how often they're active. A second way to reduce how long they're active is to increase antimatter costs.
Yeah, so that the regen will take over a bit, and then.
So yeah, exactly. So the abilities on top of the cooldown may not necessarily be available straight away once they've finished their cooldown, because you might still be lacking antimatter. On top of that, really, I mean, broadly, the issue, as far as I can see, is just their capital ship survivability. Most of their frigates are fine. Their defenses are pretty much, I would probably say, the best. But I'm not sure they need necessarily tweaking themselves.
Are they simply the best?
They are. I love my graviton flux.
Better than all the rest.
Yeah.
Better than everyone.
Just the graviton flux generator. That's what makes them amazing.
Anyone I've ever had.
Yeah, other than that, we've adjusted some trade values. We've fixed all of the planet costs. We've stripped out.
What do you mean fix all the planet costs? What was wrong with them?
Planet upgrade costs. So, for example, on the Class M Paradise, in order to upgrade your population, it would cost 1,130, I think, metal for every upgrade.
Working as intended.
Working as intended. So they've been adjusted. Potentially, if we think the credit income values are still extreme, we can look at the planet population values and see about tweaking them down a bit.
Yeah.
Oh,
we've looked at starbase build times. They've been corrected partially, possibly.
What do you mean with corrected? What was wrong with them?
So it's just a case of some of them building quicker than they should be.
All right, that's not too bad.
So the original intention would be that outposts would build faster than regular starbases, as bereft of the fact they are outposts. We discovered that outposts and starbases had the same build time.
My fault. I literally copied the ability. I'll take the blame for that, guys. Guys, you hear that? I take the blame.
So
here's something too. Since we're streaming, this might be a good thing to talk about. There's been some discussion about the current upkeep system in Star Trek Armada 3. It confuses a lot of players. Do we still want it? And does the community still want it? Or should we go to something that's a little bit closer to
I thought we already decided that we were not going to use it anymore.
I think it was our consensus that it's perhaps not the best thing in the world, but it's always good to put it to the people who regularly play the mod and and who follow us as creators.
Wait, you mean listen to your community? Are you mad?
Yeah, that one. I know. I'm not doing it the way game developers do.
I was going to say, are you bonking insane?
Put it to the people in some sort of
referendum.
Because that always bloody works well, doesn't it?
Would this not conclude to some sort of break or exit of said union?
Stamard exits.
Some people would call this a Brexit.
Star Trexit.
Breakfast.
Oh. Right, let's. I'm currently knee deep in the
balls deep in the.
Let's stick with knee deep. Cutting some things out of the GST, but I need to do a test every time I do it because
Chris doesn't trust himself well enough with the GST.
Well, it's true. The GST is like notoriously finicky, and if I delete one wrong thing, then that's going to be it, isn't it?
Yep.
So I'm deleting a couple of groups testing and then so on and so forth. Because at least that allows me to maintain control over the over
You
where
never
the
had
error is
control.
likely to
That's
be.
the illusion.
Maybe.
I was overwhelmed by the power of this place, but didn't have enough respect to it, and that power's out now. If you can find, if you know which movie that quote is from, you may or may not be considered for AOTF beta access.
Does that mean I shouldn't blurt it out?
If you want to be considered for access, then you should definitely blurt it out.
But you know, don't got the files. Oh, you got the inflection on that. It's out now. Right, so what I'm doing at the moment, is just to kind of keep you up to date as to what I'm doing, is I'm in the GST, and we do still have a lot of the old stock spawn rules.
Stock spawn rules, right?
So I'm trying to remove those insofar as I'm able to, because they're just surplus to requirements in the GST. We don't need them.
Okay. I should probably have another scour through the militia to check for intrinsic fucking.
There
check
is
also
still something.
There's some, yeah. It's only one though. It seems.
Check the Ferengi ship.
Ferengi.
The Decora, because I know the Decora at some point was a capital ship, and then it was moved on to being a cruiser.
No, it wasn't.
I think it was designed as a cap.
Nah, mate.
Yeah, mate. Same as the Hustler.
The Husnock is a cap, isn't it?
Nope.
Definitely built the Husnock as a cap because it was so big.
Yep. And then it got moved on to being a cruiser, and now there are 3 variants.
Why would somebody do that? Who did this?
I'm sure there was a good reason for it. Probably something to do with spawn-ins. All right, that all seems to be okay. Good. All right.
All right. Well, if this is the right Ferengi cruiser, which is Fur Cruiser Decora, its abilities are fine. Let's check M underscore, see if there's anything here that looks like Ferengi.
Bajorans? Did you check the Bajorans?
I've been through them, yeah. Because essentially what I did was I went through the GSD militia spawns.
What you might be able to do, and I don't know if this will genuinely be quicker, but it might be.
Search intrinsic.
Well, I was going to say, in order to pare your results down, it might be good for you to control left click on anything that you know to be a cruiser or a frigate. Once you've got all of them, right click on them, copy, and then paste them into a new folder, and then do your search from that folder alone.
Possibly. Only difficulty there is, well, I say difficulty. Inconvenience there is making sure the ones I'm taking are all cruisers, and searching for them in the game info folder.
Yeah.
Not all going to be in the same region.
Sadly, I suspect you're right about that. Morning, Carl. We're doing okay, thank you. How about you?
Chris, how do you feel about this type of deflector on the disco or in the crossfield?
Let me take a look. And I'll bring it over for anybody who's watching on my bit.
Instead of the round one.
It suits the shape of the ship better, doesn't it? And also you've got that nice confluence and continuance at the bottom of the deflector dish with the outside hull. So yeah, I think that works.
I'm going to base it. I'm going to. Basically, it's a bit more based on the Columbia deflector, so I'm going to completely rebuild it based on a box instead of a.
Are you planning on having a spine coming out the front of it? Or
Yes, I am.
Oh, cool. I've always liked those. I think my greatest preference would probably be the TMP style deflectors. I really like them.
Well, who doesn't love them?
Yeah, even though they're arguably simpler than any of the other deflectors in Star Trek.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're just kind of a block of color, really, aren't they? More than anything else. But there's something magical. Magical? Yeah, that's a word. That's a new word. I made it. There's something magical about that block of color.
Magical,
it really draws your
beautiful, beautiful, magical.
It wouldn't be any of the random event spawns.
Can be.
What wouldn't be?
The intrinsic.
I think that tends to happen prior to any random event spawns occurring.
No, not always. It appears after autosaves 3, which is exactly the time random events and outlaws start appearing.
I've had it immediately.
That's
but
probably
it's a good thing to look through them anyway. May as well try and get everything right that we can.
Dalek. It's just I don't know. I just feel like I could do better.
Morning, Tarzi. Oh, good God, what time is it? It's 11:25 for me. Oh God, time flies.
Time flies when you're spooking the bingle.
That's the one. Right, let's take a look at this standardized template. Militia random very heavy. So I don't think we technically use that anymore either.
It might be loaded on one of the planet types.
That's why I'm doing my checking. First occurrence from the bottom. That's all there is.
Started from the bottom. Now we're here.
It's not used anywhere. So let's rid ourselves of it. That's one less planet items template. Let's try.
Dalek says 11:25, nearly pub time.
Very close to being it. Oh God, hang on. I may have been wrong, folks. Because we didn't do match case and wraparound. Let's check that first.
Caesar, how do you feel about this new deflector shape?
I mean, I don't really have much of an opinion on the Discovery in general.
Oh, this is for AOTF.
I know. But you're remodeling the crossfield, which is from it, so that's the base of comparison. Yeah, it looks fine.
It's kind of based on the deflector of the thingy.
Okay, that's 2 gone. Local militia desert. Is that something that we use anywhere? Doesn't appear to be. Got a lot of wank in here that we don't use. We deleted 2. Let's do a test. Always with the testing.
Always testing.
Caesar, are you going to have some time to perhaps go through our created maps with me at some point over the next week or 2?
No.
Probably.
Because there's going to be some fixology needed, given the deletions from the GST.
That's in finding out what maps we've got, finding out what planets we need to replace with maps.
That's right, yeah. Because there are some maps that we'll have that will intrinsically have the old station spawns.
Yep.
So we'll just need to replace those with something else, and then the map should function as intended.
Okay,
Theoretically.
that's fine.
What's up, Grolter? How you going? Well, I'm going to look through the template militia, local desert fair, stuff like that, because I suspect that we don't use those anymore either. And haven't used them for about 6 years.
It's hard to tell because there's quite a lot of planets in the files that you think possibly sometimes could show up.
I know the
It's
only
hard to
proper
tell if
stock
they
one that
are.
we use is Terran Home.
Yes, and I'll be ignoring that one. Okay, looks like we haven't fomented any problems. Let's just make sure something suddenly doesn't have any defenders. Nope, all seems well. Okay, so that round of deletions was fine. Right,
Round
let's-
2.
Fight!
Pretty much that. Yep.
Chris,
Yes, dear.
what song is that? Jedi Party!
Okay.
Fresh.
We've got a template default start desert as well. Let's just take a look at that one because that might be a deal breaker. No, it doesn't look like it is.
Right, so 14 people watching. We've got a lot of people watching right now, Chris, on my end. It's,
That's just good.
yeah. So I'm just modeling in a new deflector just to keep myself a bit more active as well. Just to tell people what's going on. I'm basically now modeling in the deflector dish and adding detail to it. I've gone for a more like USS Columbia style deflector, unlike what it's supposed to be.
Not this boarding ability, is it? No.
That might be something to get rid of. Yep. Doesn't look like we need you. Famous last words. think we can get. Oh no. Interesting. Local militia, very weak, uncolonizable, does use our stuff.
Yeah, some of them I replaced. Basically, in the beginning, I replaced all of the stock stuff to use our stuff, just to use our stuff, and then we went further and we created our own templates.
I'll leave the very weak and colonizable for the time.
Might as well just assign the planet the proper one at this point.
Perhaps so. Yeah. Do that after I've worked this out. Okay, we'll just do standard very weak first.
What was said?
Thanks, Tozzy. Tozzy is suggesting that I will pose for him.
That?
Yes, it's exactly what it sounds like.
In the nude?
No, in a thong.
Ah, disappointed.
I know.
Should be in the nude.
I want to say sorry, but I'm really not. Okay. $116. Right, let's see what kind of havoc that this has played.
But yeah, oof.
Go on.
Now for the nacelles. What the hell do I come up with that for this thing?
What are your thoughts?
What are your thoughts on what?
What you want to do with the nacelles?
Well, I want to make them similar to the Axonar nacelles, but not 100% similar. Kind of want to make the ship more of a mix between Enterprise and Axonar. That's why I've put these kind of NX style
the dual spines, yeah.
Yeah, the Columbia style dual spines. Let's get rid of the planes anyway.
I'll come back to you in a little bit, and hopefully I'll see what you're up to.
Yeah. They do have to be round, though. They have to be round nacelles. You used to Connie in the thing, in the picture. Hi, Viking. Have you tested AOTF yet?
I honestly have no idea what this intrinsic.
He says he's been very busy. Well, that's just not true, is it? Chris, long nacelles or short nacelles?
I prefer the short ones, but it's got to be what's going to suit the ship, isn't it? We have an unacceptable number of Metreon nebulas.
Max,
Yes.
that program we're using,
Which one?
is there the one you got at the moment, one you're on right now? Is there a button there that you've never pressed?
Yes, plenty. Why?
Just out of I was just curious.
What he
Because
means is
you
press it.
very clearly know what you're doing, but there's a lot of buttons there, and I don't have a clue what any of it is.
Well, these are the ones I never use. I usually don't use these ones because most of the functionality is on there.
Right. Is it a choice, a
Yeah.
style choice, or they're just unnecessary?
Oh no, they depends on what kind of stuff you're doing. So a lot of these are real useful. Like this one's a quick slice, which I can just use to do that and do a slice, which I shouldn't have done. But plus, I already also know a lot of quick hotkeys, so that does save me time.
Right.
I'd love to see more Star Trek stuff in Space Engineers, Tozzy. I really would. I think it can be a difficult thing to do because visible thrusters aren't a thing really in Star Trek. So you'd certainly
Well,
have
they
to consider
are.
what to do there. Maybe get a modded thruster block that doesn't damage things.
Well, thrusters are definitely visible in Star Trek.
Yeah, but not of the size that you get in Space Engineers.
Oh no, heavens no.
You could use those, you know, those ones with the horrible sound. You know, those brrrr ones. It's a mod.
I do not know, but I now know that there are horrible ones that go back.
Yeah, they really are.
Right. That's that pulled. Let's load up and see if I get intrinsic errors and possibly maybe try and identify what the cause is. Because I can't see it looking through the files.
Why are you not using find in files on Notepad++?
No, that's not what I mean. It's I can't find what ability is intrinsic that's tied to a militia frigate. Looking through the galaxy scenario def of militias that should spawn.
Random event.
Yeah, I know.
Or something that is spawned through one of the ships that uses the random that uses that system.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mayo.
They are used. Okay.
Which ones?
Oh. The plasma storm. The militia nebula weak. So we'll leave those in.
Hello, Hobbs.
Boo.
Ah!
Morning, Hobbsy. How you doing?
I didn't know he
I'm
was in
alright.
a call. I'm so scared. How did you add him, Chris?
I
did.
Ah.
just beamed in.
Have you been watching what I'm doing?
I only just realised what you were doing.
Do you hate me?
What are you? Are you just replacing the whole thing now?
I don't know. Just building a thing, Hobbs. Just building a thing. Does this make you angry? .gif.
I just don't know why we need it.
I just got bored and I wanted to model it.
You met Max, right?
Yeah. I mean, you could make one of the ships that we don't have yet.
Like?
I don't know, one of the Romulan ones? Or one of the stations for the miners or?
I just wanted to do this, alright? I'm going to build the boring ass... I was going to build a thingy. Suliban cargo ship.
Yeah, why don't you build that?
Because it's a 5-minute job and I wanted to do something that was a bit more of a challenge.
That we don't need.
It's not the point, damn it! Stop enjoying this, Chris.
I regret my decision
What decision?
to come on here.
Fucking end you. And I know you don't regret it.
Anyway, how goes the great culling?
Well, the great culling. I did some stuff for A3 today, Hobbs. You'd be surprised.
Yeah, I believe that when I see it.
Check the commit log.
Yeah, it's still fake.
Are you still in wakey wakey mode?
Yeah, this is all lies.
I even used your template.
You even stole my Ferengi logo.
I don't know what you're talking about. That's lies and slander.
I'll allow it.
Then maybe I did do it. But yeah, Hobbs, our GSD, the AOTF GSD, is actually really clean.
Shut up!
And already like fully functioning, and like it's got pretty much every stock thing removed. The only thing we need to tweak is the list of stuff it spawned that it can potentially spawn in the GSD.
TDN says, have Stellar Parallax ever thought about breaking away from mods and making a game for themselves?
Yes, but money and time.
No, I don't think it's just that. I think it's knowledge. I don't think we necessarily know enough about either existing game engines or even making our own game engine to really think about it right now.
And to really, really make one, yeah. I mean, it's a lot more work than people think. People think, oh, if you can make mods, you can do that. That's not how it works.
One question I do have is, do we have an ability set up that will actually allow for the capture of the minor factions yet?
I think if Chris did it right and he copied the new stock Envoy's goodwill ability, then yes. If not, then no.
Okay.
What's this?
Did you copy over the new stock goodwill ability?
No, I haven't done that yet.
Then no.
It still needs to happen.
Okay, that's fine. Just wanted to check.
What's different with this crossfield than the last one?
It's completely different. It's a bit more enterprisey on the deflector, and it's a lot more like the one that like in the show.
That's why I hate it.
Except it doesn't have the weird gaps, and it's gonna have normal nacelles.
Can you boolean out the source gaps?
No,
Oh.
I'm not gonna boolean out the source gaps. You see, everybody says the Unity engine is easy to learn, but it's not. There's just a lot of shitty Unity engine games. I wonder if somebody's vaping.
It's because I'm bad at games.
What?
It was a comment I got a while back on YouTube. Basically, it's somebody calling me a cunt. He's like, "You're just vaping and bad at games." Correct. I don't know why you're drawing my attention to something I already know, but thank you.
It's weird though that he would do that. Somebody would do that.
People like leaving nasty comments as much as they like leaving nice comments, and
I
while
think they
do
like
accept
leaving
that,
nasty comments more, though. If we're going to be perfect.
Maybe they do.
Oh, we got Marquis.
Well, either way, he was totally right in what he was saying, and I gave him a bloody horrible answer, and I still feel bad.
You fucking cunt! I fucking couldn't.
It wasn't quite that bad, but I wasn't far off.
I know where your fucking house lives, you fucking
Okay then.
If I see you around this neighborhood again, I'll have your fucking teeth.
You say teeth?
Yeah. You're gonna go all tooth fairy on his ass.
As you do.
Oh my, we got two constitutions over here.
Oh yeah, Max.
Yes.
Did you see all the errors I posted in the
Yeah, it's that's easy to fix. It just which map did you load up?
the one? Well, you said you fixed them all, didn't you?
I thought I fixed them all.
Tolga says, if Stellar Parallax had a fully detailed plan on a game that we wanted to make, would we consider doing a Kickstarter? Yes, but we'd need a really strong plan, and we'd need to know exactly what we wanted to do in order to even consider doing something like that.
Nazis in space.
There's no point going in half-baked.
I mean, if you're going to go baked, then, might as well bake yourself fully.
Well, that's why Max is on the team.
You need a really, really good plan in order to justify what you're asking for.
Plus, have you seen how organized we are?
The thing is, at the moment, because we don't make money on this, this is just a hobby. There's no I could stop today and not feel any pressure as long as I mean, you guys are my friends, so obviously I wouldn't just do that, but still.
Okay, I'm just out concerned.
Bye. But if there's money involved and an obligation because of a Kickstarter, and this is, that becomes an actual job, and then that's stressful, and that's might not be what
it does become different, and it's certainly something that you have
changes the dynamic quite considerably.
Plus, I get to yell at you people, like for realsies.
Who says you're my boss?
I says so.
I was going to say we'd have to have somebody who wasn't a nutter.
Yeah.
So none of us really. It would have to be somebody.
I'm not going to get some generic manager dude to join our team.
Orion, give it to Orion.
You know what? Let's give it to Orion.
Just meet us into submission, wouldn't it? Nice.
Dalek says we seem more organized than most developers. And that's what we aim to do, to seem more.
That's definitely true.
That's the core of it we look at.
That's the Stellar Parallax secret. Now, please take yourself out and back and follow Mr. Johnson, who will have you shot for finding out a secret.
Like one of those North Korean village facades. There's just nothing behind it.
I think the real thing
like
that
cardboard
us
game.
is our friendship. I genuinely do. We spend
way too much
time. From what I can tell, we spend more time chatting with each other and actually just being friends than most development teams do. And I think that really we encourage each other to get some work done, and
and be weird.
We care about each other, simply put.
I mean,
take that back. You take that back now.
I mean, I thought we weren't going to lie to the audience, Chris.
What's the ornithea? Is that Bajoran? Yeah.
Yes, that's a word.
That's what it's called.
Onomatopoeia.
Magrathea.
Magrathea. You're causing me difficulty, sir.
Only now? What's wrong with you?
I'm dealing with something that's been bothering me for some time.
Max.
Yeah, don't look behind.
One hitman, please.
Cannot be expensive, though.
Yes, I'll hold.
MI6, how can I help you?
These poor Ferengi marauders getting murdered by Folians.
I'm cool with it.
Actually,
Getting
marauders are
jiggy with
trade
it.
ships.
Na 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 na. Getting jiggy with it. Na 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 na. Ah, Will Smith, you should never rap again.
Oh, what are you saying? Will Smith's a dude.
He's a dude. That's why he shouldn't rap. Rap's like for bad people.
Is
What
it?
about the Fresh Prince theme?
Now that's different.
We wouldn't have that.
You see, there's exceptions to the rules.
Okay.
Oh dear.
Oh, it angers me so much for making this.
What, me?
Yeah. It's like Groundhog Day with you.
It's not like you to be frustrated with the decision of Max's.
Oh yeah. It's like Groundhog Day. We're on repeat, going around again.
And again, and again, and then... And then...
And then, and then, and then, and then.
And then...
Yeah, all of that. So what are you putting into the mod now? I'm changing a bunch of the defines in order to correctly reflect the races. Because one thing I was finding is the Sono were owning things like the Connie, and that was bothering me somewhat, so I'm just fixing that.
Well, how do you know they don't own a Connie? I mean, you could have bought it at an antique show.
Antiques Roadshow.
Antique Space Roadshow, yes.
They bought it off Admiral what's his name when they were doing his trade.
Ah, yes, Admiral Stretchy Face.
So this is more of a fix for something that's been bothering me for some time, more than anything else.
Max,
Yes?
how many Ferengi trade ships did you actually set to leave?
I kept it at the value it was before.
Which was?
If I didn't change the value, how do you think I would know the value?
Because there are
A lot. I know there were a lot. I noticed that. But I felt, you know what? Caesar's going to have a look at this. You hear that, guys? He's laughing, but on the inside he's crying.
Yeah, because these trade ships are just both, like, there's two trade ports on this map. Both of them are coalescing at this Class CGO inactive, and both of them are getting murdered by the brain.
Oh, yeah, I told Chris that he needed to make them tougher.
I'll get around to that in my next push.
300 and 250.
Basically, I thought the nice idea would be, Caesar, that the Ferengi had like stronger trade ships, like hull-wise, than anyone else.
Okay. Seems rather novel.
Yeah.
Since most don't tend to go out of their way to try and murder trade ships.
Actually, every AI in the game always attacks trade ships first.
And colony ships.
Okay then.
Today Caesar learned.
Today, Caesar learns that the AI is still stupid.
Correct.
Ding, ding,
Speaking of
ding.
the AI still being stupid, do we want to change those defines at all, as we were discussing last night?
Didn't think you do that already.
I think he probably did it for AOTF, but he didn't do it for us.
He copied SCA3 values because Bane tweaked those back in the day.
Uh-oh.
Hobbs, how do you feel about this nacelle?
How have you gone? Alright, where's my Discord?
It's not finished, but the start of it.
I think it's so bad you should stop immediately.
And just do AOTF stuff.
What is that going in SCA 3?
What? No, it's not going in SCA3.
So you're already doing AOTF stuff.
Yeah, but you know, like proper.
I'm confused.
You know what I mean?
I'm so confused.
No, but seriously, what do you think?
Oh, look at that. Now you're owned by the correct ship. By the correct race. How nice. As are you. Lovely.
No, but in all serious, Hobbs, what do you think?
I think it's shit.
Seriously?
No, it looks good. I need to. I can't remember what the first one looked like. Is it on
Yeah. It's a lot less long. It's a lot more like it's a lot more condensed.
Has the old one been bugging you?
Yeah, especially the deflector area. How it was really cobbled together and the things don't line up. And this one is a lot more. You know, it's actually like a Columbia-like deflector.
Okay.
Also, I felt like it was too much of a kit bash.
Well, didn't you build that one before the show was out?
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't delete that. If you press the delete button, I'll kill you.
Actually, I was going to do something to make my life easier when texturing stuff.
I thought you were just going to cut it out and have the holes.
Whoa!
That's cool.
So I might shrink. What do you think?
2 seconds.
Actually, I think the single layer was better. Yeah, that's better.
Oh, cool.
So I think I'm going to add the torpedo launchers in the neck here, or I'm going to add them in the actual little dome here. You know, like a Connie style.
Oh, I think I know why. I
Bat?
think I need Federation proxy.
Bat?
Okay, so what I'm doing at the moment is I'm adding player names, if you like, to all the capturable ships. Like, for example, over here, you can see that the Bajora Militia
We got your screen.
now correctly own this ship.
Yeah.
One of the derelicts. I'm noting that
They'll
the ships...
spawn. They'll spawn thingies, outlaws.
Well, that doesn't bother me. No, but what is bothering me is I'm getting missing player spawn indexes, and that's because I suspect I don't have an NPC player for the playable factions. So if I add NPC Federation, NPC, you with me?
Yeah, I get you.
So I think I'm going to have to do that, which is not a problem. I shall do so. I'm going to leave the minor factions at the top for you and put them underneath.
But yeah, Hobbs, about the nacelle. I mean, I added the little wrinkle that it has on the glowy bit, which it does have in the show, but I'm not entirely happy with that.
Right. What was that 3D website that you put stuff on?
Sketchfab.
Yeah. Have you got the old one on there?
I think I do.
Let's have a look.
No, I don't. I don't, actually. No, I do not. I do have it on my Instagram. Picture of it.
On the gram.
Yeah, found it. Let me see if I can find a picture.
I'm just being so lazy that I don't want to launch the game and spawn one in.
I've been having an issue where I tab out of sins and the game black screens. I think that was an issue with me a while back, and I think I just updated my drivers and it sorted it out.
Usually just changing your resolution will also do the trick. I'm changing it back. Look, Hobbs. Oh.
Oopsie daisy.
Just going to try something crazy. Oh, I think I might know how to fix the problem.
All good?
Yeah. Sorry?
Are you winning?
Winning!
Oh, Chris, did you ever work out what that shipyard thing was that you were talking about yesterday?
Hmm?
You remember the Cardassian frigate yard that you mentioned to me yesterday?
It's something that somebody else reported.
Because I loaded it up and I couldn't find any missing strings or any moanings or anything, so I don't know.
It's something that somebody else reported. I'm afraid I can't talk to the veracity or the correct,
Okay.
or whether it's correct, I should say.
It'll probably pop up again and be something that I completely...
What was the error?
There was a the Cardassian
String
frigate
not
yard.
found,
There was a
apparently.
string not found, but when I loaded it, it was fine. So who knows?
Who knows what is going on? I'm not happy with that.
You're gonna merge those bits of that lip in together.
What? Oh, yeah, I am. You mean these?
No. The bit you've selected.
Yeah.
You see that? Okay. Stop
I'm actually,
moving.
hold up, I'm going to get rid of this thing first. And I'm going to seal it up again, and then I'm going to do it again because I'm not happy with the result.
Okay. I will mention it because you might probably fix it by yourself anyway.
Crazy idea. Cardassian Wars mod. Would anyone play that? Of course we would.
Yeah. Can't talk more about that subject, though. Illegal in the mod team. You know why, gentlemen. Right, I cannot get a good inspiration for the nacelles, so I'm going to stop it now, and I'm going to build something else.
Don't cheer yet. Don't cheer yet.
Are you gonna make a new NX model?
How'd you know?
Are you gonna make a new D7?
No, I wouldn't replace your work.
Are you gonna make a new Suliban ship?
Maybe.
Maybe. I played the shit out of Cardassian Wars mod.
So would I. Right. I do like. You know what I do like about this version, though. I like the way the neck connects to the body more than the one we have now.
Yeah, the other one looks like it's just like snapped in there.
Exactly. That was my issue.
But I prefer how the wings attach to the body in the older one.
Why?
I don't like it being like a right angle and sharp like that.
I can still. I don't know if I can still tweak it to be less sharp, but
It's mainly the top of the wing to the neck.
What, like it would be smoother
Yeah.
here?
Or you know how on your other one it's kind of like bulked out.
Yeah.
I
Well,
prefer that.
that's part of
But-
what I didn't like about it. So. I do
How
like
you
the
getting on,
saucer
Chris?
Fine, fine.
better. Right, what was I going to make? Let's have a look at what AOTF needs doing, actually. I'm going to make abilities. And I need to find my book of abilities. Or my notebook of abilities, actually.
We like to call it the Book of Re.
It makes that noise when you open it as well. It's just like.
We often like to say read.
Let me open the book.
It's an echo in here.
No, it's just me flipping the pages.
Okay.
Alright, I still need to make battle hardened and threatening chant. Passive armor increase slightly decreases speed. And threatening chant. I don't know if threatening chant works. I might make threatening chants an AoE.
What were you planning on making it do originally?
Debuffs target best used in combination with Death Beam. You know the Death Beam that it's got?
What's this for? The
Devastator.
Kukufma.
Sorry, I didn't have enough cotton balls in my mouth yet. Hold up, I need something that I can put in my mouth that is not going to hurt me. Knife? Bad idea. There we go. Right, time for some cocaine.
You have it?
Ah,
It's a bit early in the day, isn't it?
with cocaine, I actually meant nose spray because my nose is. Ah.
New cocaine nasal spray.
To get you going at the.
Wakes
to
you
get
right the fuck up.
That would sell like hotcakes.
Right, I'm an idiot. Okay, that's fine.
I know you are, but that's not the point. Right. Battle hardened first. Which ship has an ability? I think the Fed. One of these has like Mark III hull or something that I can just copy paste. Mark III polarizing hull. Cruiser. Now that's a cruiser. I need a cap. Yeah, there you go. Attack cap. Advanced experimental space frame. Klee. Ability. Devastator. Devastator underscore.
All right, let's see if I've got this fixed. And then I'm going to have to end the stream because it should have been done about 10 minutes ago.
Nope.
Yeah. What's all the shouting I can hear in the background?
That's
It's
going on.
South Park.
Oh, for God's sake.
So considerate of you.
Klee ability Devastator Battle Hardened. Klee buff Devastator Battle Hardened. So need the entity manifest first. Add entity to the manifest of the Tekuvma.
Okay, I can kind of understand that.
I love the fact that Randy Marsh is Lord. Yeah, I am Lord. Feeling good on a Wednesday.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
No, mate.
You guys don't watch South Park, do you?
I have seen it many moons ago.
Complete ability.
So was the problem that if it didn't have a race on the map as a player, it wouldn't assign the neutrals to that race?
Yeah. So it not a race on the map. It just simply needed a minor faction.
Oh, I see.
Not a minor faction, but a minor race file. I fixed the war in heaven though, which is good.
That's a lot less intense as it was.
Battle hardened.
You see, Connies do spawn all by themselves, and you can get them.
No, that's a myth.
Why are the lights on?
Because they're saving power.
It's like the Mary Celeste, isn't it?
The what?
Yeah.
You don't know the Mary Celeste?
I don't know who Mary is, and I don't want to be a Celeste.
Right, the only one that is going to cause any form of problem.
It was a ship that was abandoned, but all the food was still warm and on the table, and everything was left exactly how it was if people were there, but there was no one there.
Weren't they just hiding?
Yes, Max, you've solved the mystery of the Mary Celeste.
It took us a couple of 100 years. Easy.
Oh,
He's a good.
that they were just hiding.
Yeah, they were just hiding. It's easy. Come on, guys.
Well, this one is not happy, so we're going to have to go with 8472. We'll consider it one of the spawned in ones that belong to the Cardassians, I suppose. And done. All right, I'll push that.
Clee, buff, attack, devastator, battle hardened, yeah.
So devastating.
I need the Sin's Death. Sin's Definition Viewer. Right, folks, let's see. We're getting a lot of stuff done today. I mean, 3 minor factions now in Armada 3. That's more than an AOTF. Oh, fuck me. It's more than an AOTF. Speed. Entity. Linear max speed. There we go.
There we go. That's the minor factions. Well, not minor factions, but spawning ships rectified. They now all spawn as a corrected faction. Yes! Because that was really annoying me.
Yeah, it's a little annoying thing. It's bugging me too.
And that's pushed, and I'm afraid, for me, that's got to be the end of my stream.
Well, that's just unacceptable.
So long.
Farewell. Auf
Thanks to all the
Wiedersehen.
fish.
Goodbye.
But, ladies and gentlemen, I will see you in the next one.
Take care.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye.
Right, we're going to keep streaming because we're crazy like that. We're crazy. It's so crazy.
Yeah, that's cool.
All right, so what needs doing in AOT? Ooh. Ryan says bye.
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 Bye. Orion's made some really pretty screenshots.
He always does.
What's he up to?
I don't trust him. Right, now to make new icons for the abilities, which I'm so looking forward to. Textures.
You love icons.
Have you finished all the research icons yet?
No, because you said you were going to do the rest.
I didn't say that.
You said you wanted to do all the weapon ones and all the.
No, I didn't say the civilian ones. I was just going to do the warp. I was just going to do the warp ones for you.
No, because you said you had the original textures for the weapon.
Yeah, the weapon ones, yes, but not the civilian ones.
That's exactly what you said.
Listen here,
And
you.
chop chop.
I'll fucking end you. Devastator be my
I was just going to wait till you did the ones you wanted to do, and then I could do the rest.
I'm gonna.
Well, fine. You can do them all then. Bye. I'm pulling forward my departure from Stellar Parallax.
No, you're not.
To now. Bye.
No, you're not.
So long.
So long, farewell. I've say, get your ass back here.
What?
Just grabs by. You know one of those. You know those hooks they use to pull people out of the bath. Out of the bath. You know when they're swimming. When you're getting swimming lessons.
What?
You know the ones.
No.
The hooks they use to pull children out of a bath.
Are you saying that when you learn to swim in Holland, they use fishing rods and just pull in children? I come here, live one.
they attach a bar of chocolate onto the end of the hook.
Yeah.
No, they're like these really big hooks that they kind of swing around your neck. I'm not even kidding.
Did you dream this?
No.
Did you have too much cheese before bed again?
Really, one thing I've had recently with dreams is that I've started having dreams where I'm attempting to learn French to myself, and so I've just heard French being spoken in my head while I'm asleep.
That's a very weird dream.
Omelette du fromage. Omelette du fromage.
I want to learn French, and I mean, if I end up learning it in my sleep, I mean, that's progress, isn't it?
You hear about that person who was in like a coma or something, and then woke up and spoke fluent French, and then but not English or whatever there.
No, that's quite funny.
That's disturbing. That is. Still have to make the icon for deflector wave. No, but you know, there's like the really big hooks with the long sticks. You know, the long hooks that they do around your neck, and then they pull you up.
Like a noose.
Kind of.
That's called strangling, Max.
Yeah.
No, they used to do that in the swimming pools when I was younger, like so that the lifeguard didn't have to get into the water.
Lazy bastard.
Shitty lifeguards.
Why did
You know what the best thing about the thumbnail Chris has used for his video is that all the NCC 1701s are backwards.
Did it on purpose.
Oh God, he's still here!
Surprise! But it doesn't beat the Mushroom Kingdom.
Nothing beats the Mushroom Kingdom.
Well, you mean like Northeast America, Northwest America, Southeast.
That's the best.
Better than all the rest.
Or the wonky phaser strips on your ambassador class.
I don't want to talk about the wonky phaser strips on my ambassador class.
You realise that reminding him of these things will probably encourage him to do further work that you don't want him to do.
Yeah. No, because he'll when we get to a mod eventually in like 10 years' time where we're doing
just nice save there, buddy.
when we're doing another mod that involves that ship, we'll just make a bloody new one anyway.
I'd probably just upgrade that model with like modelled in phaser strips.
I found 17 reference images of the guy who's the brother of the guy who made part of the model, and now it has this window which I never knew about before, and
yeah, look, buddy,
makes a whole new model.
I just want to make things look right, okay? I'm going to use a screenshot from Star Trek Discovery for this.
You're just upset that the Nebula is more powerful than a Galaxy class,
That wasn't me.
or the windows on the what was it, the Cheyenne or something? I can't remember the windows.
We will not talk about the size of the Cheyenne class because I know I'm right.
That was the first thing I was witness to when I joined Stellar Parallax, was a full heated war between, I can't even remember who it was you and someone else,
Christian.
about the size of the Cheyenne class. I still think it's a shuttlecraft, but
Oh my god, Hobbs, I found a Klingon ship by random chance while looking for a good picture of the Ship of the Dead for
I keep minimizing Discord and then you keep, right, where have you gone?
we need to have this for AOTF 2.
Isn't that from the Armada 2 intro or something?
I don't know what you're talking about. It serves its purpose.
I'm pretty sure it is.
It's not.
It's not the correct era.
It's literally the same effect. But look at the ship I posted.
Let's have a look. That's quite cool, actually. Is this just like a random fan thing, or is it from something?
Random fan thing. So I'm going to use this image.
Is that from Alien?
No, it's not.
I thought that was the
It's pretty close. Yes, I am Orion.
You're not Orion.
Orion
You're
asked,
Max.
Orion asked a question. It's the crashed Ship of the Dead from Discovery. I'm using it as an icon.
Oh, fair enough.
Like, how is this thing space worthy? Also, how do you lose a ship like this?
What string stuff are you doing? Ability stuff.
The strings of the abilities. Ba-ba-do-ba-da-pee. What are you working on, Hobbs?
Stuff. I'm not doing anything right now.
Ah! Actually, I'm going to fix those warp icons first before I do the other ones. Because the warp icons are easy to fix. Because, you know, these aren't rasterized. Why would you think these are rasterized? Oh, great. Photoshop's freezing. Fuck.
What's fuck? Did you just crash out?
Nah, Photoshop's just being slow because I tried to load up all the Photoshop files at the same time.
Okay. Well, if you look at the glowy bit on the warp nacelle.
Yeah, I could just do a color change on it.
Yeah, but it's rasterized, and that was what I mentioned, and then you said, "Don't worry, I'll do it." So,
All right, fellas, I gotta run. I will.
Bye.
Ah!
Farewell.
so long.
Farewell. So warp speed 1, right? All I need to do is replace that ship. I need to replace that with...
The ships are there in the next row down. I've already put them in.
Oh. Wait. So which layer is
They
it?
might not be in the right folder, but they're there.
It is.
Because I was going to do it, and I kind of couldn't be bothered. I didn't know which ship you wanted to do the that you've got the NX there going at an angle out of the, or if you wanted to change to the planet or the dot dot dots or any of those colors. So. I've got to go make a phone call. I'll be back in a bit.
Ah!
I won't be long. Hopefully, maybe.
Good.
Good.
Are you ready to move your bodies to the thrum of sonic perfection? All right, let's add another icon. Textures up. No, references. Icons in UI. D7. Look at that. Warp icon's done. Feckin' done. What do you think, Hobbs? Can you see me now, Hobbs? Says Orion. Who's making all the noises? Like the food noises. Is that you, Caesar?
Sorry?
What are you doing?
Maybe. I don't know.
Inconceivable.
I might have been doing it without realizing. If so, I do apologize.
Actually, I still need to... Bloody hell, it's a science ability. Huh? Oh, what is so funny?
This.
Let's make the rest enjoy this. That's from the movie The Mist. Oh God! Oh, that's well done.
Hey, can you turn your music down, please? Because I'm having a really...
Bloody hell, the Pope
Absolutely.
one.
Get ready. I'm going to put some mustard on this one.
The cat. Oh God!
A few moments later.
God, the Indian movie one, that's just terrible. What? The Hogwarts space train? What the hell?
Don't believe me, just watch.
Oh God!
John Cena.
That's how it is, and that's how it goes.
Fucking Jeremy Clarkson.
Hey yo, Jim, man, won't you kick some?
I'm just a regular, everyday, normal motherfucker. I told you in the first song, I'll tell you in another.
Try doing that with an iPad.
Oh god, the grandma in the car is terrible. In the bus, I mean, at the end.
Yeah.
Oh, that's my time wasted.
That's what I was laughing at. You're welcome.
I hate you. It's probably going to make my video to get copyright flagged now.
You made the decision to watch it on the stream.
I don't care. Right, anyway, that's enough for the stream. I think we did a long enough stream. I'll catch you guys later. Bye, Boodoo.